Listen, this is your boy Nathaniel. We had the retro tape release party. The room is packed. It's mad love here. But I'm on the #1 media outlet, my favorite, Sicarah.com, man. Show my girl some love. She got some of the dopest interviews, and I love her. And I really appreciate her for coming. And she be holding me down. And she always saying all these great things about me. And I'm just so honored. Listen, Sicarah.com. One love.
Make me feel so special. Wine on me, girl. Wine on me, girl. Wine on me. Lately, love ain't been the same.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Sicarah, and right now I'm with the one and only Nathaniel, and we're at the album release party today, the retro tape. How are you feeling right now?
Amazing. Amazing. That's it. One word. Amazing.
So, you know what? I'm so happy for you. This is such an amazing event. Right now, we're at the Playboy Club. I'm like, the turnout is incredible. What do you want people to know about this specific tape and why retro?
This specific tape, I want people to understand that it's okay to pay homage. It's a right to pay homage. It's a right to dig back into a classic era, revive it, revisit it, and let people hear some of those authentic sounds that existed during that time.
Right, absolutely. So for you, what was the best time for you where you were like, oh, this is music right now?
I think the 90s, man. I was younger, but I knew at that time there was something special going on, and I haven't felt that feeling since.
Okay, so speaking of the actual tape itself, what would you say your favorite record was to actually record? Because, you know, some songs are like really close to you.
It was a record called For My Son, and it's about my son. I'm talking to my son. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to put such a heartfelt song on there? Because some people hold back.
Yeah.
Some people are not ready to be authentically themselves, and I can tell like you're giving us everything.
Yeah, man. Well, first off, because I love my son, like, and I'm always thinking about him. The beat kind of spoke to me, and it's like in the song I'm talking to him. It's like one of our regular conversations, and I realized like this is something that another father could share with his son and relate, you know? So that's kind of what made me say this got to go on the tape.
Oh my God, I love that. So speaking of features and things that are important to you, what made you decide to get Casanova as a feature?
Well, first off, I love his energy. He's from Brooklyn. He brings the energy that it excites us all from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And he's an underdog. I love underdogs that come from the bottom and work their way up.
So for the people out there who aren't sure of like your history, because you've been around, you've been grinding, you've worked with the best of the best. Can you tell them a little bit about the people that you've been around and what maybe influenced you to become such an amazing artist that you are today?
To be honest, like me, I grew up around a lot of crackheads. I grew up around a lot of hustlers. I grew up around a lot of scientists, people that's like thinks outside the box. So that mix that you get from all these different thinkers, you kind of figure out, okay, I could take a little bit from him. I know what to do. I know what not to do. And when you mesh that into one pot, it develops the type of person you are. And I want that person to be delivered in my music as well. So that's kind of what describes the type of artist I am. It all comes from the person that I am.
I love that. So if there was one thing you would want your fans to know out there, what would it be?
The one thing that I want them to know is it's more than just a song. You know, for me, it's bigger than a song. If I release music, it's because I want to make people feel a certain way. But more importantly, I want to get to a place where I can affect the whole world. So for me, I'm not doing this just to be an artist. I'm doing this to put myself in a position where I could change the world and affect the entire world.
Absolutely. And for the people out there who don't know, Nathaniel's vocals are some of the best vocals I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Like seriously ever heard in life.
She gassing me, fam. She gassing me.
That's a fact. When they hear it, they're going to be like, oh, okay, she was right. But what can you give that credit to? Were you born with that, or was it something you really worked towards at some point in your life? With a coach maybe, or? My
relatives, like my brothers and sisters and them, some of them like born with it. They could sing like goddess out the box. Me, not me. I had to develop mine. Yo, for real. Like I wasn't born with it. I was in church singing with choirs. I was in junior high school choirs, high school choirs. I always practice. It's just practice makes perfect. And I ain't perfect, but practice.
He's basically perfect, but you know, he wants to say that. It's all right. It's all right. So, you know, 2019, you're killing it. What can we expect from you in terms of maybe visuals or like goals?
Goals. Well, I want to grow my IT company a bit bigger. I want to spread into different states. Right now, I'm an MSP only in New York. I have a label. I don't have any other artists yet. I want to probably add 2 artists by the end of the year. I'm looking at 2. I won't say no names now. But that's really it. That's my 6-month goal. 2020, a lot more, but I try to think about the little goals before looking too far out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right, I know you can't give us the names, but Are we doing R&B? Are we doing hip hop? What we doing? Where we at?
One R&B, one hip hop.
Okay, I love that. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Listen, she's dope though. Hold on, she's dope. Don't ever don't play with her. Like whoever's out there fronting like they don't know it, like they ain't get this girl's interview yet. Yo, she's fire. Like one of my favorite interviewers.
Thank
we be
you.
talking before the mic even come on. Like now she ain't got nothing left to ask me because she done asked me everything before the camera. All right, my bad. I'm
That's a
OD.
fact, though. I really did. But you know what? Since you brought that up, there was one thing you said before the camera turned on that I gotta get you to say again. I don't really know exactly how we got into it, but just the fact of the amount of people in this room and what made them come out. Like, what is your energy like to make this room so crowded and everybody coming out to support you?
I think the amazing part of it that this reignites the idea that you gotta support people. People are here because we connected in some way. I show them love, they show me love. If you want people to show up for you, yo, you gotta show up. Let's support each other. It's the only way. This room would be empty if I only did the music. But I do the music and I do the connecting, and that's why people are here, man.
Yes, and you see the love he showed me, he literally shows everybody in the room that same love. Like, I love Nathaniel. Like, that's serious. Your career, I'm here for it.
We emotional, yo. We
Always,
emotional.
though. We've been like that from the beginning,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it's a fact.
Yes.
It's a fact.
So make sure, check out the tape. You're going to love it. I
Thank
promise you.
you.
Make
Thank
sure
you.
you follow him if you don't already.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, and stay tuned. And don't worry, I got the whole recap. So if you missed it, I got you.
Missed it, she got me.
Yes, absolutely.
Give you no attention, baby. Tonight we can be perfect strangers. We could ride the night away. We could be each other's escape. We could let this night go to waste. I need you to whine on me, girl. Whine on me, girl. Whine on me. Whine on me. Whine on me, girl. Whine on me, girl. Whine on me. Whine on me. Take your time, make me feel so special. Whine on me, girl. Whine on me, girl. Whine on me. You should've known better, you can do better. But you wouldn't be a diamond with no pressure. You need a man that'll take the time. You need a man that'll make you smile. Take my hand.
Connect with a stranger, I can connect with anybody.
I put my light away.
I realized that I want to connect with millions of people. I just want to connect with millions. I want to help out people. I want to make people feel good. I drop music because I like the way it makes people feel. It's more than just a song for me. I never realized that. Like, I never realized the purpose and why I do this. And once I kind of like aligned that and defined my purpose, I realized music is really a vessel for me to just get in that position where I can affect the world in a positive way, shine my light on people. That's really what it's about for me. Look, if I become a musician and I can't connect with nobody, I don't want it. And that's on everything. I don't need to be the biggest star. Yo, I don't need that. Real talk. I just want to be able to connect with millions and millions and make a difference in however way, but positively. This ain't no feed the children promo type of talk. I just want to connect with people. And it's no cap on that. So now that I know my purpose, after all these years of doing music, I know my purpose. Now I'm telling you, I'm taking this. I'm going all the way now. On everything. I'm going all the way.